have that song stuck in my head. Benz by Radiohead.
Oh,
Baby,
I thought you meant Wild Thing by Tone Loc.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we ready?
I can put another song in your head. Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do.
No, don't do
Baby
that.
shark.
As we get on live, let's just
There's a
let's just do it
Washington
for 5
Nationals
minutes and see how many people
player.
we get.
Mm-hmm.
Walk-up music is Baby Shark.
Is it really?
Yeah, super fucking ridiculous.
All right, let's do it. On this episode of the Red Eye Report, we're talking about skin. I know. You've been waiting for this topic since we launched the show in 2012. We got you.
Jesus, 2012.
You.
Getting long in the
Shit.
tooth.
Nah, we
With me
watching
this week
We're
is
old.
Mystic. Scientists say that your skin weighs about 15% of your body weight. A 200-pound man's skin weighs about 30 pounds. I won't tell you Mystic's weight, but that's a whole lot of skin.
It's like a.
Really?
I got like a
30 fucking
Danny
pounds?
DeVito of skin. I'm like Danny DeVito's size skin. Wait, probably.
You talking about going into layers? We gotta talk about that. There you go.
Or like
All
Danny DeVito looks like you crawled out of your skin.
Enjoy the nightmares. Next to Mystic is Teddy. Teddy has the darkest skin out of all of us. He's got that
He
melanin
does?
going on. We know where that comes from, but we can't seem to figure out why he's such an asshole and an ardent defender of Groupon.
that also is the darkness, bro. Jim.
I guess we need another Stephen Hawking or something to figure that shit out. We also have Ashtray
It's
with
not
us.
that hard. Groupon is fucking awesome. There's nothing wrong with saving money. As white people, I thought y'all would be okay with that. I don't get it. Groupon
You know what's funny
awesome.
is that should be their slogan.
Yeah.
Groupon. There's nothing wrong with saving money.
I mean, really, right?
Right,
Mhm.
that's pretty good.
You should market that, and we'll still laugh.
So apparently alcohol is not good for the elasticity of your skin. So Ashtray is going to look like one of the paper bags that the cashier at the liquor store puts his booze in sooner than later. So look forward to that.
Nice.
That's gonna be terrifying.
Paper, plastic.
I'll take paper, Sonny.
Yeah.
I found this one back in the dumpster. Mind that hole on the side. I use them as band-aids.
Finally, there's me, Oracle. My skin is glorious.
Glorious.
I put a good sweat on daily, enhancing my microbiome. I enhance it by rubbing feces and semen into my pores. I sit defiantly in my jail cell after they pick me up from the local Arby's. What can I say? I'm just ahead of my time. They'll see. They'll see.
Oh.
This is
That's
the
how you
Red
get
Eye
pink
Report.
eye.
Yeah,
that's how you get
Arby's
pink
knows.
eye.
Arby's knows.
Arby's knows.
All right, so we're talking skin tonight. And
As you can tell by the fish behind Oracle.
yes, I'm currently skin diving.
This would be the perfect time to have porn going on behind you. You talking about skin? Show some, bro.
Hey, you are
Really?
talking to the wrong guy. You need to get
Yeah, you get a
Ashtray a
point.
fucking green screen. I
Yeah, that's
guarantee
it.
there would be porn on that motherfucker
Mhm.
24/7.
Every time a car goes by in that glass ashtray, I think the cops are coming to get you.
Oh, anytime now.
Just- yeah.
Aren't there some days where you just wish you could just like, let's just go to jail and just have everything be cared for?
No,
No.
I'm black.
No,
Yeah, right.
absolutely not. Why?
Teddy ain't leaving that motherfucker.
You've
you.
obviously never
Thank
been
you.
to jail.
I would learn to love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think you would.
Yeah, you would learn to love it because there'd be 4 guys holding you down.
Yeah. you be DJing dudes' weddings every weekend. In jail.
Yeah, that's great.
That's funny. All right, so your skin, it has 3 distinct layers, and it's an organ. It's your largest organ. So there's a waterproof top layer, the epidermis, a middle layer of tougher connective tissue, hair follicles and glands called the dermis, and the
Is that the
inner
white meat?
layer. Yep, that's the white meat. And then we have the inner layer, the hypodermis, which is mostly fat and connective tissue that supports the skin structure and attaches it to muscles.
Yep.
Like I was saying before, skin color is determined by melanocytes, which secrete a pigmented substance called melanin. So the more of that you have, the darker your skin is. Now, we probably have heard those things in health class, but I was able to find some other interesting things about skin once I started digging. So
Shit.
Digging under the skin.
Like I mentioned before, your skin accounts for 15% of your body weight. So an average American
Especially
woman
my muffin top.
weighs 168 pounds and carries more than 25 pounds of skin. That's a lot of fucking skin. That's a lot of weight.
Not when you're in my basement.
So what you're saying is I could shave some time off my laps if I just take my skin off.
Now, your skin...
I think the resulting scabs would weigh more, and you look hideous. Unless you're going for that Deadpool look.
No, this is kind of crazy. So your skin renews itself every 28 to 30 days. So new cells are created.
Is this episode going to make me want to stop sucking on titties?
Oh, you just wait, Teddy.
Oh, my God.
You're going to definitely go wash the sheets on your bed after this.
Yeah, right? Okay, so it starts and the cells start working their way up. And
do all of them actually start at that lowest level and then
they
slowly
start at
evolve into the different levels?
So you're sloughing off your top layer.
Sloughing. I like that word.
And you'll basically have 1,000 skins in your lifetime.
Nice.
Full skins.
So you're not the same Oracle I looked at a month ago.
Now, this is crazy. So your thickness of the skin is different at different areas. So where do you guys think the thickest skin is on your body?
The knees.
Yep, the feet.
The feet
are the thickest. Thinnest?
Top of your feet.
Nope.
Damn.
Hands?
Probably your testicles or your fucking...
Oh, scrotum? Yeah, genitals.
Not all skin is male.
Your mouth.
Okay, genitals.
The inside of your mouth, is that considered?
No, your eyelids. Your eyelids are the thinnest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Guess.
Now that I've told you about your skin replacing itself, how the fuck do tattoos stick around?
The ink must stay under. Well, it has to get under one of those layers. I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but.
Now this is pretty wild. So
subcutaneously,
the reason why tattoos work is it actually has to do with your. Yes, Teddy.
Nobody can see it because I'm so goddamn dark.
It actually has to do with your immune system. So the puncture of the tattoo needle causes inflammation in the dermis. That's the middle layer. In response, white blood cells known as macrophages are sent in to help heal the damage. These macrophages eat the dye and can pass it to newer macrophages when they die off. So the pigment is essentially transferred from one cell to another.
What?
Yeah.
That is dope.
So the color in your tattoo is actually constantly moving from one cell to another. It's not just... I guess I just thought it was hanging out down there.
It's inherited.
Hey guys, I'm gonna hang out here.
I guess that's why they fade over time then, because after a while, I guess.
Yeah.
If they keep eating it and eating it, it gets lighter over time.
My father and his father before me and his father before that passed down this red pigment. Hold on to it tight.
Any leftover pigment is soaked up by the fibroblasts, which are longer-lasting skin cells that don't regenerate as often. So only lasers designed for tattoo removal are strong enough to kill off the macrophages and fibroblasts. So that's some fucking...
Oh, wait. So when it's faded, it's those long-lasting ones that are still holding it, basically?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or at least contributes to it. So that was something that I absolutely didn't know. It all.
Fibroblast sounds like something that like some drug company made up.
Sounds like a Metamucil
Yeah,
spin-off.
Yeah, exactly. You need to drink more of this to
You
build
need
up
to
your
fucking crank it up.
fibroblast.
Yep.
Crow milk.
I was just getting ready to say crow milk, you son of a bitch.
Fucking Jose
Like,
Canseco is fucking selling you fucking fibroblast.
Yeah. They just show this
Fibroblast.
really horrible rendition of a baseball bat coming out of his butt. Rattles on the cement.
Fibroblast.
All right, so you guys have probably heard of the microbiome in your gut,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of a new way of thinking about health. Well, actually, your skin has a pretty intense bacteria microbiome going on. They used to say that it was like double the amount of bacteria to your skin, but now they think that it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So you have just as much bacteria in your skin as you do skin cells.
Oh.
So that means that would mean that it would account for half of our skin's weight then.
Well, they may not essentially weigh the same, but
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to account for some.
a good
It's got to
portion.
account for something. I mean, it's got to be. I mean,
good amount of weight.
if 2 pounds of your body.
So what
Like
you're
after
saying
you
is I could
shower?
lose. You'd think that after I shower, yeah, I'd weigh less.
But I've seen shit where it said that like the shower is like the perfect place that hot steamy place, like the perfect breeding area for certain bacteria on our skin. I've heard.
Well,
heard
they
that off
have
of
found that
cable channels.
bacteria is actually pretty fucking good for your skin and for your immune system.
Yeah, that's why we can't kill it all like we've been doing for the last 50
Right.
years.
Yeah, that's why they tell you never to put hydrogen peroxide on open wounds like that.
So
really?
basically,
Like people
what I
say
did when I was a child, like
Well, I mean, yeah, I do.
exactly. It's
Well,
bad
because it didn't hurt,
because it
not like
kills-
rubbing alcohol.
Well, it kills every bacteria, even the ones that are trying to help you heal. So
Right.
it actually hurts in the long run because it's going to let more bad ones in.
mhm.
Because I told them that at the fucking thing when I had that infection in my foot. I was like, oh, I just cleaned it with fucking, with,
Exactly.
hydrogen peroxide. They're like,
That's what I still
no.
would have done.
No. She's like, don't you ever do that again.
Don't you ever.
Like, whoa, all right.
Right?
So is-
Just for
so I
that,
guess-
we're taking your foot.
So I guess
Yeah.
alcohol is better. Is that why they rub the skin with alcohol before they stick you?
Yeah.
I've also heard that hydrogen
it doesn't
peroxide
kill as much.
as people thought. I thought it was the other way around.
And I
Like
think it
rubbing
just
alcohol.
kills. I think it just kills everything. Is the problem? Is it's killing off all the bacteria that are trying to help you too.
Yeah. Well, and that actually gives me a good segue into certain diseases like diabetes affect the bacteria on your skin.
Yep.
And a major complication of diabetes
So
is
does
sores or
Wolfenstein.
ulcers on the feet that never heal. And they suspect that high blood sugar, which is known to change the skin structure, likely encourages a specific subset of bacteria to grow.
Yep.
So you don't have as many good guys protecting
Exactly.
your skin.
That's why
They're
diabetics
storming the gates.
lotion in between their toes, either
Mhm.
because
Really?
in between your toes are the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, bad bacteria, and that
Mhm.
lotion will just fucking amplify it. It's like giving them steroids.
Yeah, and on
Oh,
average,
okay.
there are 14 species of fungi that live between your toes.
Yeah,
That's
the
why I
reason.
don't lick feet.
It's one of the big reasons why I have
Good
yeah, but you
policy,
lick an asshole, right?
right?
But that's one of the reasons why I have psoriasis is
All right.
because of the diabetes.
Right.
My blood sugar was so high for so long that
Mm-hmm.
I can't fight it off anymore, basically.
Yeah. So actually, wow, you're just giving me all of these opportunities to talk about these medical problems.
look who's the expert now.
Well, anyway,
Is this the second subject in a week that we've done that Mystic has
Yeah.
been an expert in?
Yeah,
So
what do you
if-
want? You gonna do next week? Fucking
We're gonna do how much we care about our friend and don't want to have a heart attack.
yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Blood pressure.
The signs of
On the-
a stroke.
on the bacteria train, so it is very much connected to your gut, and one thing as well. So we're talking about your skin as an organ. Well, when your skin is inflamed, that is also an indicator, and you need to check about other organs being inflamed as well. So if you have long-term psoriasis and it goes untreated, you can also have problems with inflammation of your internal
Like your
organs.
liver or something?
Yeah, because it's a goddamn organ. It's a fucking huge organ on your body. So I guess
that's what she said.
Yeah. So is it wrong to pour syrup all over this organ?
Over that organ, yes.
Yeah.
Over the one in my bed, no.
All right, so let's gross Teddy out some more.
Yeah, you can't gross me out, bro. Bring it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Eat ass. Can't gross him.
Bring it.
Over 50% of the dust in your home is actually dead skin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yum.
Every minute, your skin sheds over 30,000 dead cells.
So that means during sex, you eat a whole bunch of the other person. So we're essentially so during sex, you're essentially a cannibal.
You are really into cannibalism, dude.
Yeah, it's weird.
He's just looking for an excuse.
It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. Yeah, right.
It's a little weird.
I'm basically eating you.
Yeah, right.
We'll rip off a toe. Here we go.
This is just a hop away from cannibalism. See, we're not that different.
Boil up a finger.
We're not that different from some animals and insects.
A body hair will grow from 2 to 6 years.
What? Oh, like one body hair, so long as it's not pulled.
Yep. It will go from 2 to 6
years.
Yep. Sweat is odorless. It's the bacteria that makes the BO.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with sweat is actually really, they're finding that it's really beneficial for you to actually sweat.
Yeah.
Because what it does is it moisturizes, it brings water into the skin, and it also brings up this bacteria and kind of helps have a healthy biome going on your skin. So they say
you all of a sudden have a biome full of fucking jock itch.
Well, you need to fucking wash.
You need to wash yourself.
I mean, yeah,
right?
Bro.
But they say that if you get a good sweat on, it's basically like having an antibiotic kind of protection, an extra layer of protection. If you have workout or whatever, or some people, so they've had sweat lodges.
Oh,
they have fucking
people dying in those and shit.
Saunas and shit like that. But now, a rabbit hole that I went on looking into this is now some people are doing fucking infrared.
What are they doing?
Sweat fucking detoxes.
Oh, I heard about this.
What?
Yeah.
White
like
people
a room.
come up with any way to make money or take a shortcut to some shit, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Infrared.
It sounds nice and warm.
Yeah, well, it is
why
very
don't they just
warm.
play the lottery like black people?
I mean, right?
It's very warm because what it does
Hoping
is
Jesus gonna make a way the whole time. These numbers gonna be lucky this time, Lord. I know.
What it does is it does not heat the air around you. It just heats your fucking core body temperature. So basically, you're fucking microwaving yourself for some reason.
Yeah.
So that's a crazy new fucking.
That's the stupidest shit I ever heard. Like I can understand
boots.
saunas because saunas just bring about you're sweating out the fucking out of your pores. You're not heating.
Well, the infrared will make you sweat too.
But
you don't have that.
Heating up the middle. You're not microwaving yourself. That's exactly what you're doing. You're microwaving.
It's not
yourself.
microwaving, but
it's not the same spectrum as the microwaves. It's the infrared spectrum.
Okay, dude, it's the same concept. You're cooking yourself from inside out.
Then you can say the same thing about the sun. If you're using that logic, you dumb shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's from the outside in. Yeah, it's from the outside in, though.
You shouldn't be in the fucking sun like that.
I'm saying infrared waves don't go through you either. Not like microwaves.
Like I said, it raises your core body temperature. What do you think it's doing?
Yeah, well,
What-
it heats the fuck out of you
Yeah.
really quickly.
It makes you hot, Astray. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't think for it to go through you.
I don't care if they go.
Good point.
You're getting hotter. You're
Yeah.
up. That's
But you're
not-
comparing it to like being in a microwave, and it's not the same.
Okay.
All
It's
right.
the same concept. You're cooking something. Fucking Christ.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
so the last thing that I found that's interesting that they're looking into is they're starting to study this bacteria that's in our skin, and they're saying that the bacteria in our armpits actually produce a distinctive odor that we can recognize in ourselves.
Yeah, it's called funk.
Funk. Well, your funk actually is like a fucking blueprint or a fingerprint that is sending out a message is saying like, okay, I'm fucking, this person, I've got X, Y, and Z fucking STDs. I, drive a fucking Hyundai Sonata. So I'm wondering, are we going to get to a point where they can identify these like bacteria markers or whatever, where that's going to be like a new kind of fingerprinting
Yeah,
or
I don't know.
identification thing?
So what we go to the airport and go. "Dee-dee." Okay,
Yeah,
go through.
right.
"Dee-dee." Okay, go through. "Dee-dee." Okay, go through.
It's a good sci-fi thing. Like everyone in
Yeah.
the future has to wear these suits that keeps them cool, so they
Yeah.
don't sweat, so that the government can't identify who you are.
Yeah, they've got like sniffers and shit.
Yeah.
So there you go. There you have it. There's the fucking interesting shit about skin that I've dug up. How do you rate your skin, Teddy? How do you rate what's your skin health on a scale of 1
That's my
to
skin
10?
health.
Well, black don't crack unless you smoke it, so my skin is fucking fantastic. Okay?
I've seen plenty of ashy motherfuckers, man. Black
Yeah,
crack.
actually, look, it ain't cracking on here, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking fantastic. Teddy's skin is doing marvelous.
Do you have to do anything to you put any cocoa butter on?
Yeah,
or anything?
fuck
Cocoa
yeah, I put
butter,
cocoa
yeah.
butter. Fuck yeah, I put
Yeah.
cocoa butter.
All right.
Yeah, I
You know,
only
shit,
butter
I
one part of
fucking-
my body.
I'm a bald man. I use cocoa butter. Hats. You know what I'm saying? Hats, bro. Mm-hmm.
Ashtray, how's your skin health?
My skin health's fine. Don't have much to complain about. If anything, I should probably go out and get some more sun. But I also, because I was a irradiated teenager, they've told me I should not push that much. Part of me is like, fuck it, let me live my life and get cancer again. But so I mean, I don't have psoriasis or any like weird conditions. I don't usually get rashes.
You got something, bro. Because in the computer,
Why-
like,
why
if
they
you
gotta
look
be
like
weird?
Any more white? If you were any more white, you'd be clear. You look like you got.
Yeah, you're right. I do need to get some more sun.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah,
just
that's
told
what-
you why he doesn't, Teddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Teddy don't
It's
care.
either be a fucking extra on the set of Interview with the Vampire or cancer. So
Or
he's
raise my
obviously
risk of
chosen the Brad Pitt
melanoma.
route. All right.
That's fine. I'm
Right.
just made a comment. Calm
Yeah.
down.
Mystic, how's your skin
Jesus
doing?
Christ.
Yeah,
on a
fucking-
scale of 1 to
it's
10, we
fucking-
talking like a -4 probably.
It's
Dang.
shitty. That's why he lashed out at me because he knew he was next.
It's doing a lot
Hey.
better. Doing a lot better. I'm taking Stellara for my psoriasis.
I've seen those commercials. The white people look happy in
Does
them.
it help?
It does, yeah. Humira didn't work for me. Stellara did.
Yeah, man. I see those commercials
a
all
lot
the
of
time,
commercials.
actually.
Yeah.
What's your face?
What's,
Sandy Locker is one of those sponsors.
I've got a question for you. What's the commercial with the lady that every time she looks at something, you see grass growing out of it? Is that what Humira?
I think
Looks at
so.
something in
Yeah.
grass.
Yeah. Is that what psoriasis is like? Does it clothes and stuff make you feel like it's itching or
No,
something?
that's eczema. Eczema is like a
Oh, okay.
same concept, but psoriasis is just your skin.
not the same concept.
Your skin starts to create more cells,
What the
like
fuck
the
was
cells.
that?
I was just
Holy fuck, dude.
teasing Mr.
Anyway, the cells reproduce faster with psoriasis, and that's
Okay.
why you get the little bumps and shit. And they don't know how to stop it other than using those drugs. But
So,
eczema is
what would
like your
happen if you just
skin
let it
fucking
go?
just scratches like crazy. I would have fucking gigantic red patches all over me.
Would they ever stop, or would they just keep on growing bigger?
No, they'd probably just keep growing.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, don't get diabetes. Well, no, I mean, you can get diabetes all you want, but take care of yourself after you get
He's
it,
like-
because
he's
that's
like,
the problem.
"Join me.
That's the
Join
problem.
me."
You didn't take care of yourself.
No. And if I had taken care of myself, I wouldn't have a fucked up leg, and I'd have psoriasis.
And a fucking
I'd probably still have high blood pressure and
pain in the ass family.
Hey,
be
man,
morbidly
sometimes-
obese, but
Sometimes plan for is more important.
yes. Yeah. That is a very good way to put it.
Priorities.
Priorities.
All right. So we're moving on. Moving on to the what
Woo!
sexy portion of the show. We're going to start off with Mystic Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yeah, it's a movie. I don't know. You guys ever heard of it?
I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've
I
seen
think I
it, dog.
remember
The
seeing
fucking-
a fucking,
it came out in theaters
trailer.
with what's his face, Hemsworth, and a bunch of other people, right?
Dude,
Yeah.
that chick could sing, bro.
Yeah, she could.
Jesus Christ.
So Teddy's seen it. Okay, like I didn't. There's a twist at the end. That fucking that kid. That like, it kind of it made it really good. I thought it was a good movie.
Hmm.
I gotta
It's
jump
different.
to Reno tomorrow.
You talking about the girl?
But,
No, the fucking
Don't give it away. Don't
Oh,
give it away. I might
the
actually
the
watch
desk
this.
dude.
The desk guy. Okay, I know you're talking about. Oh yeah. Yes, dog. Holy shit. Yeah.
Like it was a good movie up until that point. And then I was like, damn, that was cool.
So is this like a small hotel, fancy hotel?
Yeah,
Or is
it like
in
used to
Vegas?
be back in like the. It's not in Vegas. It's Lake Tahoe. But it was in like I mean,
Like 50s,
it's in
60s.
Nevada. Lake Tahoe's in Nevada, so it's 50s and 60s.
56 years.
And somebody fucking hides money in one of the rooms at the beginning, and then gets shot. So like nobody knew it was there. So like this is like 10, 15 years later or something like that. I think it was 10 years later. Like all these people show up here, and like one of them's looking for the money, and then like a bunch of shit goes down basically. It's kind of just like in the wrong place at the wrong time. Two or three different people in the wrong place at the
In the
wrong
wrong place, wrong time. Yeah. It's a pretty good movie. The whole thing about the hotel is it's on the Nevada California line. So half of the hotel is in California, the other half is in Nevada.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's
So like you can gamble legally in the Nevada side,
side, yeah, but you
And
can't
then,
on California side.
but you can only drink alcohol on the California side. So like there's like different rules and shit.
Wow. Why can't you drink alcohol on the Nevada side?
I think it was like illegal in casinos during the 50s and 60s back in the day. Like in certain areas. I don't know.
Yeah, that does look pretty good. Is that just on?
It's on HBO.
Oh,
They just
okay.
put it on HBO the other day.
You can't hurry, love. No, you
Yeah.
just have to wait.
Yeah, it was weird because she was fucking keeping the beat on the like ands,
Yeah,
like the downbeats, only like once a measure. I was like, what the fuck? But then I figured, it was cool.
You
Why?
figure out why, yeah,
Yeah.
why she's doing it. Yeah,
Anyway, yeah,
I
it's
guess
a
you
good
had to
movie.
be there.
it's a good
Well,
movie.
it's got a
Yeah,
lot of
HBO, you should
a
watch
lot of little clever twists, and it's good.
it. Yeah,
acting.
you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention.
It gets twisted and convoluted with
And
the.
don't
Yeah,
watch it with it. Don't watch it with a girl. Too many fucking questions.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that meme. Did you see that?
Yeah, I think
Woman's unaware
somebody.
that she just watches the damn movie. All her questions will
All the
be
questions
answered.
will be answered. Yeah. I shared whoever posted. I stole it and shared it. So
That's
this
good.
shit was awesome.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a good movie. Check it out.
Okay, next up we've got me and nerding out with Linux.
Oh my God, the operating system?
Linux,
Yeah, the
I haven't
operating
heard that
system.
fucking
Is that
word.
still around?
Oh fuck yeah, it's doing great.
It should be dead.
No, Linux is. I mean, the
Yeah,
board in my
Linux is
fucking
good.
I know.
the board in
It's
one of my
for-
modded 360s.
for all the
is
nerds. I've
off
never
Linux,
actually
so.
tried it.
So I
Get a
ran
Raspberry, man.
Linux on my Bitcoin mining machines when I had those, and I've got another project with like a streaming audio stream, and I want to run it on Linux because the thing about Linux is when it updates, it doesn't have to restart, whereas with Windows, you gotta fucking restart. It fucking takes forever, and it's just a big pain in the dick. And things break sometimes in Windows. So I was fucking around with that, and if you have a Windows install and you have like 25 gigs and you make a bootable USB drive, you can run 2 operating systems. You just choose which one you want to go into.
Which one I'm going to.
So I was fucking around with it this weekend, and one of the fun things in Linux is like they have different versions of it, but I'm using Ubuntu, which is it's like fucking.
You have the little cube fucking shit.
Yeah, it's like it looks like Windows basically, but it also has the terminal, and you can do a lot of like command line stuff in the terminal. And the cool thing about Linux is like you have to like build the programs, or you have to like build the dependencies. You have to install this shit. It's a pain in the fucking dick.
How much is it? Is it free?
It's free.
It's free, yeah.
It's open source. It's a pain in the dick, and it's if you're into that open source kind of nerd ass world where you're fucking around with shit and you're looking at old fucking like 15-year-old documents on how to get programs to run, then this is for you. I was having a good time fucking around on Saturday with it.
Keep in mind, this is a man who will spend his nights playing Papers, Please, and be just
but
like,
he won't play fantasy football because
but he won't play
interest after week 4.
Right,
yeah. But
that's true.
I was having a good time with it.
We need an 8th, Oracle. Come on in, man. Come on, just come on, buddy. We need an 8th.
I love it because it almost feels like you go into a time machine a little bit, because everything is so polished nowadays with fucking apps and stuff like that. And the programs that I was using, and they'll still fucking run, if they're not supported after, stop supported 10 years ago. No problem. You can still use that shit. So it was fun messing around with that. I didn't get my. I mean,
even playing with 10-year-old programs is like saying, "Yeah, I broke out my Nintendo last week."
Yeah, basically. But I mean, it
says the dude who owns every fucking console and game ever made and still plays them. So shut the fuck up.
I haven't played my Nintendo.
You're ripping on him for being a nerd. You're the biggest.
Yeah, I am. Yes, I am. That's what we do, man.
You stay freaky, Oracle. You keep going, buddy.
Thanks, Mystic. So yeah, I was having fun with that. I'll continue. I totally got my ass kicked. I was pulling my hair out by the end of the fucking day.
Yeah,
but that's part of the process. So
that's part of the fun.
Yeah, any kind of coding.
You get more interest in that kind of stuff.
Why isn't this working?
Oh yeah.
All right,
like command prompt stuff. Ugh.
Oh yeah, well, and it's cool too because it looks cool because when you're typing it in, it's like fucking streaming shit like the Matrix and everything. It's like compiling program.
Like I am a hacker.
Yeah, right.
By following these instructions on a shitty old website.
Yeah. Hey, that's good enough for me.
I know.
All right, next up we have Ashtray with 500 issue porno haul. So that's more up his alley.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Click on that link. Does that still work for you? Does it show up?
What link?
No, it's gonna ruin anything you just fucking.
Just don't do it, please. Don't.
Anyways,
don't click on anything, Oracle. It'll fuck your shit.
Yeah, no, it was just a Craigslist ad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're going to be tracked by the FBI.
Right.
Ashtray. So on Craigslist, I found this ad I couldn't say no to, which was, damn it, that's not right.
Yeah, that's CNN. I'm pretty sure they don't have your porno haul.
Hold on. Come on, copy and paste. There we go. And this photo doesn't even do it justice because this must only be half that's in this picture. Because I remember the number, I'm like, they better not be over exaggerating. But the offer was 500 Playboy and Penthouse magazines in the years ranging 1950s to 2000s. Yeah, for $150 or best
I
off.
didn't know they were that old.
Yeah, so like it's a wide range of vintage porno, and some older ones that I was like, I've never even heard of these. So I emailed them.
Some old
and
barely legals.
there were a couple barely legals, not very many, but
Nice. Love those.
and Club Magazine.
Christ, man, you've got daughters.
Barely legal. Hey, there's
What? You can still like porno even if you have daughters.
grass
That's
on the
nothing to do
field,
with
play
your
ball,
daughters.
right?
Weird, dark people. I love this.
So I emailed
feel
them
at
and
home.
say,
I don't feel
if
ashamed.
they're still
or bad for
available,
anything.
I can come pick them up. Would you take $125 cash? And they said yes. I'm like, sweet, that wasn't hard. And I'm like, oh, just let me know where to pick them up this weekend. And gave them my name and phone number. And they just kept using the Craigslist email. Didn't give me a number. They just said, meet me at Hooters parking lot.
Right.
And then the
Saturday
horror
morning
pictures.
at 11 a.m. So I'm like, what kind of, like, yeah, it's of course. It's
11 a.m. too.
11 a.m.
Great. The lunch crowd at Hooters.
Right when they open. Yep.
Hit me up with that lunch.
So all I know is they're showing up in a white Acura. And no, it was a Volvo. Anyways, so I'm waiting. This person's running late, but they emailed me still through the freaking Craigslist email that they were running late. Finally, his car whips up and out jumps this freaking hot chick who's in her sweats from the gym, sports bra and like those tight yoga pants and big sunglasses and washboard abs. And her name was Rachel. And she was the one with the huge collection of porno. Not really the kind of pervert I was expecting, but apparently
She's been a collector of fine arts, and you should have tried to hit.
Yeah, I gave her my life.
That's why she didn't.
Turns
That's
out
why she kept,
she is or was a manager at the Hooters, and because two waitresses came out as were like literally hauling, and I showed you guys the pictures. Like there was a lot of magazines. That picture in the Craigslist ad doesn't do it justice. So yeah, for $125, I got literally over 500 magazines. One of those boxes, I thought I was gonna have a hernia. When I was bringing him into my apartment because I was alone. But the math ends up being 25 cents an issue.
Nice.
I do not have the space for it, but this is exactly what My Light needs. And as years go on, more and more of these collections like this will just like start getting thrown.
Well,
You
you
should
got
do like
like-
a decades, man. Do like a fucking My Light 50s collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
50s porn.
So premium.
Right.
So those for like $5 a pop.
Oh shit. Easily, dude. Easily. I'd pay $5 for a fucking lighter like that.
Oh yeah.
Because you can save it after it's done. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, people still do. But yeah, this is gonna this is like raw material. It's like me. I'm like the old Rockefeller of. It's like buying an oil well that like, oh, there's probably still
An
there's
oil
gonna be a lot of
well.
oil in there, but like no one's using it right now. And like I don't have.
Just
I may
get
not
like
get to pumping it all out, but I'll be able to slowly get a whole lot
like
of
a little
resources.
storage unit, man, and just start buying up vintage porn like that. You have shit for fucking decades.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Investment.
So exactly, it was a My Light investment. So cheap,
Dude,
I
if
could
I
not
was,
say
I would,
no.
I would start doing Zippos or like cheap ass Zippos.
That's what people have been telling me too.
Like
Which
a bunch of
maybe
cheap
I
ass-
could do it. Yeah, as like a bigger upsell at like the liquor stores where they could be behind the counter and controlled easier. The bar.
Actually, yeah.
I know I'm not gonna deal with
buy a
fucking
bunch of
Etsy
cheap,
anymore.
shiny-
Did I tell you guys that I got
Yeah.
that cease and
Yeah,
desist?
fucking Etsy.
Fuckers.
Narcs.
Fucking Bic.
I like Etsy, man. I got this box off Etsy. This shit's awesome. I like Etsy.
Yeah, but it's not a box with a Bic on it, I guess. Like, I think Bic probably just has like they probably have some legalese right to like any sort of art on their particular type of lighter because they also own the rights to that trademark design. But
did you get kicked off Etsy?
Yeah, well, I didn't get kicked off, but I got basically my posts, which had been sitting up there for a couple months. Like I wasn't putting any money into like advertising and like really trying to push it because that's another way Etsy makes money. Is if you want your stuff to sell, you also have to like pay them money so that more people gets featured or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that shit. Like, people are, they've been telling me for years I need to try Etsy. Fuck them. Should have known better.
Fuck them.
I've been putting it off for so long. Oh no, none of them sold. Granted, yeah, I wasn't spamming people on my Facebook page.
That shit at swap meets.
Well, the whole point is.
Don't do that.
No, exactly. Is frickin' I'm having other people sling them and selling them through bars and liquor stores where you don't have no fucking Etsy or like the big pools and what's this? Who makes these? Fuck trying to promote them on the internet. If anything, I may just do nothing more than just basic Facebook posts, but not even like advertise on Facebook because I don't really need to.
Kind of like if you start to learn Stairway to Heaven on an acoustic guitar, a lawyer pops out of nowhere and just goes, "You got some money?"
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, next up, Teddy, Transistor.
Yeah, Transistor's a game. I saw something about it on E3 a while back. Turned out it's on sale on Switch for $4.99 right now. It's a action role-playing game. It's actually pretty cool. The art's real nice. The music is what I really fucking like. The music is fucking awesome. The little sword you have talks to you. It's kind of weird when it comes to the terminology of the game because I can't figure out if I'm running around in the computer or they're using computer terminology. I haven't gotten that far yet. It's pretty cool. You can do like live action playing, or you can fighting, or you can do kind of like role playing. They have a little when you step into a fight area, it has a little barrier, and you can click the right trigger, and it'll bring up a turn-based thing you can do. And it comes in real handy when beating bosses.
The art does look pretty cool.
Yeah,
it looks pretty cool, man. And the music is fucking like the music is dope. It's a fun looking game. It looks fun. It's a little challenging. But it's awesome. I like it.
Yeah, it looks cool.
So,
I've definitely heard things about this.
Yeah, it's out on Xbox and PS4, and they're coming out with an iOS version and an Android version. But it's
I would never play it, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Boom.
Okay, next up, we're moving on to Fuck What You Think. That's where we tell you about things that we think should go fuck themselves, and you.
Yeah.
And
or to hell.
And you.
Mystic drive-through etiquette.
All right, so I see this post today. Some woman in Oklahoma who is deaf pulled up to a drive-through window at Burger King to order for herself and her two sons instead of ordering at the speaker. And the dude told her that she had to go inside. Like she had a list on her phone that like he could have just typed in what they wanted. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And instead he was a total asshole about it. And she's got him on a cell phone, on a camera, like being a dick. And like the fuck what you think though is like on Facebook, like the first 20 comments that I read were like, "Oh, that's no big deal. Just go inside, you dumb bitch." What? Like she should have to go inside? This dude, he was like, "Oh, we're too busy to take your order at the fucking window." Bull fucking shit. And the time that it took you to argue with this bitch, you could have put her order in and pulled her ahead, because what he's worried about is this drive-through time. He was a manager and they get bonused on how fast they get cars through the drive-through. I know that because I did his fucking job.
Really? So how do they?
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
There's a pad. There's a magnetic pad on when they order. the timer goes off. When they pull up onto the thing to order, the timer goes off. When they pull around to the window, it clicks another one, and then they know that when that car is done or takes off, the timer stops. So
that
at
order's
Hardee's
been
we had
finished.
at Hardee's we had a 3-minute drive-through time. They kept lowering it actually. So if every quarter your drive-through time
That
was under
sucks.
3 minutes as an average, then you got a bonus as a manager.
No shit.
Yeah, and I guarantee you Burger King has the same fucking thing.
Oh,
You know,
I'm
I
sure.
think that's really
it's like
interesting.
grocery stores have the same bagging rates. We had that at Woodman's, and they just keep lowering it every fucking year. And I eventually was just like, I kept, fuck it. What's the point?
Well,
Maybe do it a little faster.
I went
I'm still
into
doing 24
Walmart today, and you know, I usually go to the little self-checkout area. Well, I come walking up, and they got rid of must have been 10 registers, and it's all self-checkout now. They got rid of all the fucking checkout lanes.
Yeah,
And
my
it's-
Walmart has two huge. They've got at least like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 10.
Yeah.
10,
I'm
10 in the
guilty
cube
of
over
using
here
them a lot
and 10
because
in the cube over
sometimes they're
here.
more efficient than waiting for
They're
dumb
more, a lot more
Oh
efficient.
yeah,
man,
dude,
that sucks,
it's
man.
way better.
And it's way
fucking
easier
better.
to steal through too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Yeah,
put a different sticker on for your bulk items. Shit, those aren't chocolate covered almonds. They're regular salted peanuts.
Right? That's
Asterisk
funny. I never thought about doing that. Damn.
Oh fuck yeah, I do it all the time.
Nice.
Now when it's not like you don't, it's like no human. They're looking at it like that's not what this is.
Right? Yeah.
What
Scale
about-
don't know.
Do they have an
Next
old lady
scale, though,
waiting
no.
for you at the door that has to see
Next-
your receipt?
Right.
Only at Sam's Club.
Oh,
They
okay.
check your
Oh,
shit
really?
out, leave the door.
Yeah, they used to do it at
Yeah.
a Walmart all the time where I used to live in Point and shit. Around here, around here, you're lucky to fucking not get stabbed in the parking lot of a Walmart.
Yeah, they're like, hey man, if you could make
Yeah.
it out of those stores.
We'll give you a 20% discount if you can
Right.
make it to your car without getting hepatitis.
If you
Right.
can leave with it,
I'm on it.
keep it.
The keep it alive discount.
It's a special sale. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my god.
So anyway,
Uh,
fuck that dude. That's just being a dick. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
you just been a dick,
That
bro.
is being a dick. All right. Speaking of being dicks, Sony, who are known to be dicks, in their Vita patch.
So the PlayStation Vita has been considered a dead system for a while because they don't support it anymore. You can still go to the network store and buy games for it. but
Really?
They don't make. Yeah, they
Of
don't make
course, you
any more
can
games.
fucking buy games.
I
They
mean,
might not
they're always
work.
gonna keep. I mean, yeah, but they did the store. They all work, you son of a bitch. It was a good system. So
That's
I
their
lost mine
handheld
for.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
handheld.
lost mine for a while, and I recently found it. So I've been fiddling with it, and I
hate when
decided I was like,
just lose
fucking.
my systems.
I mean, I got a lot of handhelds, bro. I mean,
I know you
I've
do.
got a 3DS and a Game Boy Advance somewhere in this room, and I don't know where it is.
Yeah, that's why you're losing shit.
Wow.
You got too many.
Yeah, right.
Oh, this is.
I don't have any. Teddy's frozen. See that?
'Cause I hadn't
Yeah,
bought
that's
this in a
great.
while.
Look at his face.
Yeah, it was a good face.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, shit.
There's the laundry. Yeah, see?
We're looking for the Vita now. We're looking for
No,
the
I
Game
know-
Boy
I know-
Advance.
I know where the Vita is. I don't know what the Game Boy Advance is. Maybe it needs to load of laundry. Fucking who knows?
All right,
Yeah, why
so
don't you
what's up
fold
with
your
the
laundry?
So the
what's
thing is,
PlayStation doing or Sony?
well,
doing?
they I looked up a mod and everything else. Is look at it in the. And you have to be at software version 3.7, which is 3.70, which is what it's been at for like the past 5 years. And so I get it, and as soon as I get turn my Vita on, I've got to fucking one day I've got to update it to fucking. And I wasn't paying attention. I updated it because I thought I could still patch it, and now and that update to 3.71 fixed everything in the patch that had been open for like the past 5 years. And they're like, why? They're like, why all of a sudden did Sony decide to do this shit? Like people have been
Yeah,
modding this
right.
shit for like a while.
Yeah,
like,
you would
why
think
all
that
of a
that would
sudden did you-
help sales to fucking leave it open.
I mean, really, I'm like, yeah, but then they
Right.
patched that shit. And I'm like,
So you
like, people
broke it
might-
basically.
I didn't break it because I don't want to. There's no exploit for it because it was called the Trinity exploit, and they patched it. So I'm like, shit. As soon as I find my Vita, they patched the shit. After like 5 years, and it is retarded that a system they don't longer support. I mean, and when you go to
Oh, I
store,
see. So this is
Yeah, when you go-
after.
yeah, the system's been dead.
Is
Like,
there
you can-
any way to Should
The thing is,
jump back to an earlier edition or no?
Downgrading? No, downgrading is real dangerous when it comes to
I don't know that
stuff like
Sony is very worried about profits, though. I think they just do decisions based on how much of an asshole they feel like being that day.
I mean, Sony really doesn't give a fuck about anybody.
Because they make some dumb fucking decisions.
Yeah, they do.
Business wise, and they're still around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're diversified, though, if you think about it.
Yeah, they really are.
Oh, yeah.
They're
big
more
time,
diversified than, I would say, Microsoft.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna wait to.
All those Japanese companies are, though. Samsung, well, they're Korean, but.
Yeah, but you're right. Samsung is too.
Right.
So
Teddy,
I'm gonna wait to.
What's a
I'm
good
gonna wait till
fucking
next-
Vita game?
I mean, they got a lot of. They've got Borderlands 2 on there. They got a lot of patches. They got a lot of games ported from the big systems on there. One big thing is you can do the PlayStation. I don't know if it still works, but it used to do PlayStation Now, the little handheld. You can do it
where you do the streaming service, right?
Yeah, the streaming service. So I can stream Vita games, PS1 games, and I can stream PS3 games. Even though and the third button would be on the screen or whatever. But it was. I mean, it was a pretty solid system. I've got like fucking 15, 20 games for it. And I wanted to mod it so I could steal 100 more, but those motherfuckers fucking passionate. So I just gotta wait for the next exploit to come out.
100 more.
Thanks, Sony.
I didn't pay for video games. I didn't pay for video games until the Xbox fucking One and PS4 came out.
Well, that's good.
Good for you. Stick it to the video game man.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at the black guy admitting to being a thief.
Ashtray admits to being a drunk and a racist.
Yeah, well,
I may be drunk,
man.
but I don't admit to my racism. I hide it like a good white American.
You're lucky you're not in prison.
All right, next up we have Ashtray with it's been 170 days since the last daily White House press briefing.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
No one thinks about this, but yeah, there was just an article written today by CNN with the point with Chris Kaliza, or however the fuck you pronounce his name. Looks like Godzilla, but with a C. Anyways, it's been 170 days. He says, just to give you perspective of, or to put in context, the last time the White House press secretary briefed the media, these were the big stories. Trump was proposing the $8.6 billion funding for his border wall. California Representative Adam Schiff was saying it was a mistake for special counsel Robert Mueller not to interview Trump in person. And Captain Marvel was crushing the box office. It's probably an easier way for you to remember how long ago that was.
Nope, don't care about any of them.
They, so what was tradition? There's just one of many where it's just like, nope, we're just not going to do that anymore.
This administration, and I say that in quotation marks, is not very big on tradition anyway. So
no,
it doesn't surprise
also,
me. It's a little disgusting, but it doesn't surprise me.
But I don't recall fucking press conferences being so widely televised until this administration. I mean, maybe I don't watch it on TV.
Well,
you see them every day.
They usually weren't.
I mean, you can see them every day, right? I get that, but I mean, like every press conference they do is like when they do daily press conference, they would televise them.
So we wanted to watch them more.
Yeah, they weren't crazy.
They weren't crazy before. They were so normal. That's the thing. They would play a little clip of them all the time in the evening news. You would see little snippets when it's talking about a specific story. But
I mean, I get why. I'm just saying it's a shame that this is.
Well,
it's kind of like I get the break in 100-something days. Is I kind of feel like it's people saying, "Hey, we miss our fucking crazy."
Remember when it's really weird, Teddy, because it's almost as if that microphone isn't working.
I know, right?
It's it's today is the 5-year anniversary of the biggest scandal in Obama's history, in Obama's reign as a dictator. The tan suit. Remember that?
Oh, the tan.
Remember when conservatives lost their fucking minds because he wore a tan suit?
What? I don't remember this. What happened?
You don't remember that shit? They freaked the fuck out because he wore a tan suit to some fucking press conference thing.
They should have
Instead of
thrown him in Guantanamo.
Presidents have always traditionally worn black or blue suits.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one has really ever worn tan, and especially Obama. You know what I mean? One black dude.
Fucking piece of shit.
Like they
For
freaked the
shame.
fuck out. Yeah.
Right. He
And it's
came
a
in with
shame
different
that
colored
that's the-
skin. The
that's
least
the
he can
most-
do is wear the same color
That's the
suit.
most fucked up, controversial thing they could have, that they came up with in that man's presidency.
Yeah, all the scandals
Every
that didn't
day
happen.
we
That's
get
why the
Trump
press
fucking-
conferences are
We get
boring.
Trump trying to incite fucking violence and saying that he'll pardon them if
Mhm.
they commit violence to get his wall built. He literally said that.
Great.
For shame.
Anyway, all right, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
So- Yeah.
Oh, you
that
got
was it.
more?
No, I just said that. Yeah, just I'm bitching about like
That's-
it's really.
Yeah.
So yeah, move on.
That's some bullshit.
It's a
Last
bullshit.
up, we've got me, Entitled Drivers. I've been working on my road rage over the past couple years.
No, you haven't.
I-
Son of
I-
a bitch!
I really have. I
Dude,
try
I want to
not-
be. I want to be in a car with you, just to fucking.
I really, I don't
Oh.
let people get under my skin like they used to.
Dude,
really?
I'd be instigating shit. He cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
And they got,
Like,
they
look
got
at that
raised.
Oregon. Look at him.
I'd be instigating this
Look-
because he's
look at
cutting you off. And
Be in a car with him when he's on meth.
All right.
Yeah, that's when he drive-bys deer.
Right. So anyway, I don't know. Do they do this in Wisconsin or Tennessee where if you're at a red light and you both get a green, the oncoming and you, sometimes you will let the first person go, that you will let them take a left before you go straight.
I know. I always do the right of way thing.
at a
but-
light.
At a
but
light.
if you're opposite,
Yeah, if you're opposite.
oh, if they're cutting across from you, no,
Yeah.
you have the right of way going
No,
straight.
hell no.
Right. You have the right of way.
I've never let somebody do that.
Okay.
Mm.
So
No.
I will tell
I
you
T-boned a woman because she thought she could do that.
that she actually
I got
paralyzed her from the neck
right
down.
away.
Yeah, I got hit in Detroit because somebody did that. I'm like, why would you take a left in front of another car that's
Okay.
going the same direction you are on a 2-lane road? That is retarded.
So in Rhode Island, there are some really weird unspoken driving things that happen. And one of them is hand signals are a big thing.
Were they like wave you on?
Yeah, right of way rules really sometimes don't apply because you're doing hand signals and light flashes and
When
shit.
you gotta wave, you gotta when someone lets you in, you gotta give
Wait a
thank
minute,
you.
what?
Oh yeah, dude. When you drive out here, when you first come here from a different state, you're a fucking basket case because fucking lights and shit don't mean what they're supposed to mean. There's a whole nother there's a whole nother language going on out there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It's
What
kind of
are
like
y'all
the real
doing?
rules of the road and
Yeah. Yeah.
not the DMV.
But
Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck though. I'm going by the DMV
exactly.
rules.
And with the letting somebody go in front of you, that is really not like a hard and fast. It's kind of like, well, if I'm not in a hurry, or if you get more of a jump than me, or if I think that it's going to be a long time for you to go, then I'll let you go through. Anyway, I'm going through one of these intersections, and I wasn't even the first car. But the person that went, they didn't let the car take the left. They just went because the traffic was kind of backed up and shit. So they're just like, okay, I just want to get through this goddamn light. And the car pulls out. It was like an SUV, and there's this fucking woman sitting in the passenger seat, and she's just flipping off every car that has the right of way and is driving through the intersection.
Yeah, that like we're assholes because we didn't let her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I wasn't angry. I wasn't upset. I stopped. I actually stopped in front of their vehicle, and I just like kind of waved and smiled while she was flipping me off. So I was like totally cutting them off.
Oh, so you stopped, so there's no way they could even
Yeah, there's
turn.
no possible
right for-
way.
That's awesome.
I blocked them.
Dude, what is the logic behind, if you're two cars right here, what is the logic behind this one over here trying to make a left turn? I don't get that. Why?
Dude, it's a courtesy thing. It's I'm telling you, there's a whole
We're
different.
talking about
fucking-
at an intersection, Teddy.
at an intersection. There's a
When
whole
you're
different
opposite
set of things.
Of someone who's trying to make a left turn in front of you, so it's like to your perspective they're going right, but usually
Okay, so
well,
I thought you
always
I thought
yeah
for
you were
some
thinking
reason-
of a
okay.
different thing like in the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
lane.
I'm thinking of a guy. I was thinking of somebody that was fucking on the right of me, trying to turn left in front of me.
they're on
That's
the
what I was thinking
opposite
of. Okay.
side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
so this is a total kind of gray area courtesy thing. And the thing is, it's like fucking are you seriously that upset about that? You don't
Yeah.
have right of way. So fucking deal with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if that turn
right?
arrow, if that turn arrow in,
You
better say
have
where the
right
fuck
of way.
you is.
Let that sink in while I sit here.
And another thing that really bothers me too is when people will just pull out into the road, and even if you're coming, they'll just pull out into the fucking road, or pull like halfway out into the road and force you to fucking stop for them, or you could T-bone them, I guess, if you're like on a fucking road rage thing. I see shit like that all the time, and it's fucking bullshit. So
Gee,
fuck,
the big
fuck those
thing-
people.
The big thing down here is people at a light, when the light is green or when the light is red, they'll go through and block the intersection, so the people trying to go through or turn can't go anywhere, and
Oh,
just
it's
lock up
yeah.
lights. And I'm like, if you don't have room, just wait. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just wait till the light goes. I mean,
It's a
just
fucking
wait through a light.
nightmare.
I mean,
And
that's the big thing down here.
Things move so much more smoothly if people just follow the goddamn lights.
Yeah.
You know?
That because that is what they're for.
Right. So that's my rant. Fuck off, losers. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself. Mentor Kentucky. That's our show.
That just sounds wrong.
We're going to be here every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Central. We might be here on Thursdays.
Because we work, people.
Right.
Right.
Make
We
sure you
have
join the
jobs,
conversation. Oh, I need to
kids.
fucking cue the music. Join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/theredeyereport. I think it's /redeyereport. I don't think it's /the-redeyereport. You can also twiddle us. We don't fucking check that shit, so don't fucking
You
do that.
texting into the abyss, twiddle into the abyss.
Yeah. Like us, share us, or fuck us. We're down for whatever. I'm Oracle.
Mrs. Ashtray. Mystic die?
I'm Teddy.
I think Mystic's...
And Mystic said, and Mystic shit don't work, and he's last again.
And this is the Red Eye Report.
What happened to Mystic, man?
Boom.
You poor bastard.
Where is he? Headset issues. I'm Mystic.